Once upon a time, in the ancient kingdom of Sichuan, there was a lake. This lake had been through a prolonged drought, causing it to dry up. The fish that once thrived in its waters now faced severe hardship. They struggled to survive, desperately flopping around in the remaining mud puddles. It was a challenging time for them, and they had to resort to unusual tactics, like smearing each other with slime and exchanging saliva, just to stay alive. One keen observer of this unusual spectacle was Zhuangzi. While he admired the fish for their unity and their willingness to help each other out, he couldn't help but wonder if life would be better if the lake were full again. A full lake would mean the fish could swim freely, without needing to rely on such drastic measures for survival. In today's world, we often look back at the past with a sense of nostalgia for the strong sense of human solidarity and community that once existed. People used to help and depend on each other, forming close-knit communities that provided safety and social interaction. Life was, in many ways, more straightforward back then, and during times of crisis, people came together even more. War, for instance, had a way of bringing people together, and shared sorrows were said to be halved. However, in recent decades, particularly during periods of relative stability, economic growth, and technological advancement, the world has grown more individualistic. While close-knit communities still exist in many parts of the world, overall, humans have become less reliant on and less involved with each other, focusing more on themselves. Especially in affluent Western countries, people don't need each other as much as they used to. This shift toward individualism isn't solely due to wealth, but also because of technology, which has made human interaction in many areas increasingly obsolete. Now, imagine the lake is full once more. Just like the fish, we've largely become self-reliant, giving us the freedom to swim freely and forget about each other. However, as people need each other less and less, a new issue arises. Loneliness becomes more prevalent in individualistic societies. There is no denying that loneliness is a significant problem, but perhaps we've also been underestimating the benefits of not needing people. This video explores Zhuangzi's story about the fish and why a full lake can be a source of great joy. A lone fish swimming in a full lake has the freedom to go wherever it pleases, searching for food and shelter when necessary. It can encounter other fish but part ways whenever it wants to continue its individual journey. Similarly, inhabitants of an individualistic society are free to choose their paths. Socializing with others is often optional, not a necessity, allowing them to move on when they wish. In essence, not needing close relationships for mere survival means that social ties have become a choice, not an obligation. In many aspects of life, technology has made sure our needs are met efficiently. We can order anything with a click, pay for services such as moving, cleaning, or healthcare, and even replace human companionship with advanced robots, thanks to AI. A world where we don't have to engage in face-to-face interactions may sound like a dystopian nightmare to some, and understandably so. The levels of loneliness in societies with infrequent human contact would likely be overwhelming. However, aside from these severe consequences, is it possible that the not needing each other aspect of such circumstances might benefit us? Imagine we're all fish in a vast ocean, free to explore its depths, mysteries, and knowledge. The path to adventure lies open, inviting us to explore and experience new things. We can do this alone or with others, as we can fend for ourselves and easily continue our journey independently if we choose. Not needing people's physical presence doesn't mean we have to avoid them completely. It simply grants us the freedom to retreat and enjoy solitude when desired. While some people can't stand being alone and surround themselves with others, the experience of solitude can be highly beneficial for those who appreciate it, whether chosen or imposed. In terms of interpersonal relationships, not needing people can actually be a blessing. While close-knit communities provided a sense of belonging and support, they often came with the burden of interpersonal drama, where people depend on each other. Conflicts and issues tend to arise. In many ways, the freedom to not need close relationships can lead to more authentic connections when they do occur. When we don't have to make friends out of necessity, we're more likely to befriend those we genuinely like, connect with, and share interests with. The major downside of belonging to a group is the expectation of conformity. Belonging often requires us to adapt. The opinions and expectations of others can significantly influence our behavior and choices, leading us to conform to social norms. The pursuit of approval and validation from others can hinder our authenticity. What if we didn't need the validation of others for our happiness, or at least only needed it to a minimal extent to function in society? We could embrace the freedom to shape ourselves and our lives according to our preferences. It's important to note that not needing people doesn't mean we reject human connection. Human connection is vital for many people's overall well-being, and the negative effects of loneliness are real. However, the freedom to not need others gives us the autonomy to choose our direction in life, whether that involves deep connections with others or the tranquility of solitude. Thank you for watching.